we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on Plus TV Africa as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Good afternoon, I am Shade Uwe, and this is News Update. The NAF spokesman Edward Gapquet has confirmed the crash of a Nigerian Air Force helicopter. The crash occurred in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, this morning. The helicopter with the number NAF MI-35P crashed at exactly 7:45 a.m. shortly after it took off for an operation against economic saboteurs in River State. In a statement, he said all those on board survived, though they sustained minor injuries and are currently being attended to at NAF Medical Center, Port Harcourt. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has stated that the soldiers who invaded the Adamawa State Police Command headquarters last week and killed an inspector would be facing a standing court-martial, while urging the leadership of the army and the police force to settle their differences. Some policemen were injured and one killed during the clash which was launched by troops of the Nigerian Army on the Adamawa State Police headquarters in Yola. Military armored carriers was used to attack the police headquarters around 11 p.m. last Tuesday. To solve the rift between the security agencies, the Chief of Defense Staff on Thursday led principal staff officers of the Defense Headquarters on an official visit to the Nigerian Police Force at Louis Edes House, Abuja. The Independent National Electoral Commission says gunmen have attacked the residence of its resident electoral commissioner in Lokoja. The commissioner, in a communique made available to the media, said the attack happened at 3:30 a.m. today. It noted that the armed men engaged security personnel in a gun battle for over 30 minutes until reinforcement arrived. The commission called for a thorough investigation and enhanced security protection for its personnel and assets in Kogi State. The All Progressives Congress in Kogi State has called for the immediate arrest and prosecution of the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Muritala Yakubu Ajaka, in the November 11 governorship poll in the state. Addressing a press conference in Lokoja on Friday, spokesperson for Kogi State APC Campaign Council, Kingsley Fanwo, alleged that the SDP governorship candidate masterminded the attack on the residents of the Kogi State's Resident Electoral Commissioner, Gabriel Longpet, after engaging security agents in a fierce gun battle and eventually burning down some vehicles in the residence. Fanwo alleged that the same arsonists attempted to burn down the Kogi State government house, which was foiled by security agents. A Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin, the state capital, has sentenced the Sakin Fulani of Kwara State, Usman Ado, and 2 others to life imprisonment for kidnapping. The 3 kidnapped one Abubakar Ahmed and collected a ransom of 1 million naira before his eventual release after 20 days in captivity. Delivering her judgment, Justice Adenike Akingpelu found the Sakin Fulani and the 2 others guilty on the 2-count charge in accordance with Section 15 of the Kwara State Anti-Kidnapping Law.
They kidnapped a man, one Abu. He was kidnapped, and after his kidnap, he was taken to Sobi Barracks. So the defendants here, they are parties to how the ransom was collected and paid. So in fact, they even share from the proceeds of that ransom. So the main accused, who is a military officer, is nowhere to be found. But the court is of the view that this is a mandatory sentence by virtue of Section 15 of the Kwara State Anti-Kidnapping Law. So that the court has no discretion in reducing the terms of imprisonment, and that was why the court rightly sentenced them to life imprisonment.
The 3 accused were subsequently sentenced to life imprisonment on each of the 2 counts, both of which are to run concurrently. Igbo Motoro indigents in southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State are protesting the unexplained presence of gunboats and houseboats in the area. The presence of the gunboat is to improve security on the maritime environment and to tackle oil theft. However, to the people of Igbo Motoro, a riverine community, it is a threat to them as they say their community is peaceful. More details in this report.
Igbo Motoro comprises 2 communities which makes up the kingdom. Men, women, youths, and even children of the Westbourne communities are out to vent their frustration. Some leaders claim that the presence of the gunboat is masterminded by some politicians who lost out during the last governorship election and the Bayelsa State operations of Tantita Security Services.
This present houseboat is directed by the politicians. I have even mentioned them once, Timipero Silva, Joshua McIver, and the rest of them. You know, there was one houseboat before this one, which was sent by the same McIver to us. He came here, negotiated with us, told us everything that is necessary, and we agree with him. As I speak with you, we were paid only 1 month, and it is almost 1 year, and that one is called Tantita. Now another Tantita has come. How do you give contract to 2 brothers in the same kingdom?
When we saw these gunboats coming in with houseboat, we went there and approached them and asked the commander to come and speak to the community and tell us their main purpose of being in our community. They refused. The chiefs, CDC chairman, the woman leader, even myself, under the rain, we went and approached the leader of the gunboat. Until today, before God and man, we don't know their main reason of being in our community.
Other community leaders are calling on the federal, state, and local government to address the issue before it gets out of hand.
As some of the community, I want to advise and call on the federal government of Nigeria, the state government, and all government representatives to come to our aid now, because our experience in this place is totally unacceptable.
Could you believe that today is making 4 days and never sleep? Since morning I never carry food for belly. and they waka. This word what they talk before God and man, how they talk am. Federal government come, state government come, local government come, small office they make it come to rescue us.
The indigents say 7 gunboats were stationed in the area for a period of 5 days. Dalkoru Gray, Plus TV News.
Now moving on to other parts of Africa. Heavy gunfire was reported in Guinea-Bissau's capital on Friday morning, hours after some National Guard soldiers went to free a detained minister and a senior state official. Members of the National Guard took the officials before seeking refuge in barracks south of the capital. Finance Minister Suleiman Saidi and Antonio Montero, the Secretary of State for the Treasury, had been detained amid investigations into the alleged irregular withdrawal of $11 million of state funds. In outside Africa, Israeli warplanes resumed pounding Gaza as Palestinian civilians fled for shelter and rocket sirens blared in southern Israel on Friday as war resumed after a week-old truce ran out with no deal for extension. Barely 2 hours after the truce expired, Gaza health officials reported that 35 people had already been killed and dozens wounded in airstrikes that hit at least 8 homes. The Israeli military announced it had resumed combat operations and its warplanes were striking the enclave, accusing Hamas of violating the truce, first by firing rockets and failing to free all the women it was holding hostage. And in business, the Niger State Governor, Umaru Bago, has signed an executive order on the green economy. The executive order, which was cited as the Niger State Green Economy Initiative Order No. 3, 2023, instructs that the Green Economy Initiative shall be driven by the state blueprint that details the strategic pillars and outlines the key performance indicators, targets, and timelines of the transition into a green economy. The order further directs all the ministries, departments, and agencies of the state to adhere strictly to the initiative, explaining that appropriate sanction will be carried out on any violator. Signing the executive order shortly before the commencement of the weekly State Executive Council meeting at the Council Chambers, Government House, Mina, Governor Umaru Bago explained that it was to ensure effective implementation of the green economy policy. In entertainment, a federal high court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos, has adjourned until March 6th and 7th, 2024, the continuation of the trial of Nigerian singer Azeez Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, over alleged internet fraud. Naira Marley is standing trial on 11-count charges bordering on conspiracy and credit card fraud brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. In a statement issued on Friday, the anti-graft agency disclosed that one of the credit card details found on the device belonging to the singer had been flagged by Visa, a card payment platform. Also revealed were malicious tools used to disguise the active location of an internet user when his or her devices are connected to the internet. Nigerian singer Oluwatobiloba Daniel Ani Dugbe, better known as Kiss Daniel, he is celebrating his 10th year as an entertainer. In a post shared on his Instagram page on Thursday evening, the father of a set of twins disclosed that he just bought a Rolls-Royce Cullinan to celebrate the milestone. And moving on to sports, start the process of introducing VAR into Nigerian football that have already put VAR into
practice. Makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.